Yes, I'm back out again. Oh well.
Well, this is the last pill I noticed. All right, I don't play these songs often. We'll see if I remember them.
That wouldn't be bad if I stepped on it. When did a village get here? I don't remember that being.
Evan, you venturing? I got a good adventuring montage song.
Alright.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Is it playing?
Yep. It's about to. Is this Waypoint? Oh no, it's the castle. Okay, it's not playing. It is. It isn't? It's not playing. I have to. Okay, now it's playing. Boom.
Wow, wow. Look at what we have here.
No, don't fight it, don't fight it. These aren't. They make too much fire.
Okay.
That doesn't exist, sorry. Right now it's playing.
Is this copyright?
No. I'm probably gonna. No, it's fine. Black bitch runs in my chest. Fire catches in my way. Sitting sun.
Dude, what the fuck is this knockback, man? Hey, fuck you guys, bro. You still not getting knocked back. What the hell's going on, man? Turn me over.
There's a light yet to be found. The last pale light in the west. The last pale light barren place. Still I see a faint reflection. So by it, got my way. Last pale light in the west. Last pale light in the west.
Okay, so the normal song is copyrighted, but that's a completely... That's like a slowed remix reverb version of it.
Alright.
And I don't think Twitch can detect something like that. Because sometimes I've seen it not detect copyrighted songs, and then that one's completely like changed and reformed, so I don't know.
Wait a second. I've been here before.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is my first milestone as a class. And here I am, 300 levels later. Oh, that's a combat knife. I'm taking that.
Not 300, way more than that. Aren't you like 5 or 4 or something?
I was I think I got 10 here.
That was like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
A third of a year ago.
With the love of my life, he's got semen
Oh,
in him,
oh.
Canadian cream on my thigh.
That was the best shot I've ever... Oh my gosh. That was so good. That was so good. I just got like the best shot.
You should send that. Oh boy.
I'm just gonna keep...
Alright, good navigation. That was good.
Another montage.
Ah.
Looking back on all I've learned, still find it hard to tell if there really is a heaven or if there really is a hell. It's an age-old conversation. It's been had since dawn began.
Isn't this more fun than lecturing?
Totally.
This could be my last song, my final swan song, before the curtain call. And I hope I played my part well, for I know so well there's no encore.
Maybe a slower horse would do better in city, honestly. Like, there's so much of this tundra, where, like, a fast horse you just can't navigate. You just can't, like, do it unless you're, like, really skilled with horseback.
Justification. Now our time is getting short. Is it intentional? intelligence or arrogance that makes us say there must be more. We can't accept this could be it.
Oh, that was nice.
Leaves us so unsure, so unsure, so unsure. They say that wisdom comes with age, but that's not always the case. You'd be a fool to judge a wise man by the lines upon his face. I know I've done
I got bad navigation.
some things I can't forget, but no time left now to put them right is the one thing I regret. I regret. I regret. And this could be my last song, my final swan song, before the curtain call. And I hope I played my part well, for I know so well there's no encore. And this could be my last song, my final swan song, before the curtain call. And I hope I played my part well.
The hell's great.
So well.
Separatists.
There's no encore.
I love how the theory managed to make the Apocalypse arc more peaceful by
Yeah.
separating the zombies from the cities.
What might this be? Is this an above water, underwater ruin?
I guess so.
Looking back on my life,
Okay, I can admit it.
understand
Like from
how time
what Dan said, he said like the NPCs get like really powerful and then they lose players.
whatever
Honestly,
happened to all the
when NPCs are like first come in,
crazy plan.
I feel like some of them just absolutely frick over players in terms of their power.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what the mayor did. That's what the theory did. That's what the arc did. Like,
Maybe not the
no,
theory,
that's what every villain.
because the theory was like a countdown until like her peak power is like at the end.
Yeah,
Well, I guess she fricked over you
guess
at the
it's-
start.
yeah.
She did frick over you at the start when she was first introduced.
Looking back on all I
Mhm.
learned,
So yeah, like
hard to tell.
in The Walking Dead, Negan, for example, Negan was shown as a huge threat by him killing like
Age-old conversation.
major characters. The first episode he was shown, like, yeah, like
Time on it.
like him physically shown, even though they hyped him up for so long.
Yeah.
Because during this arc recently, Josh was so like, how do I say this? Like stressed.
This could be my last song.
Why was Josh stressed?
Because the Orange Man almost took
Before
the cure and killed Clay during the first stream that he was introduced.
I played my
Oh,
And he killed a bunch of his people at Site X. He found Josh's most major location like secret location in recent times, stalked them, killed them, almost killed Clay, and took the cure during his first introduction. It was just like Josh was stressed like crap. It was really freaking stressed.
How could he like? How would Josh defend himself too against like? Like I know armies like. I can't see armies beating players.
Really? They could. Trust me.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, it works both ways, in my opinion. Then again, we haven't seen something that big before. We haven't seen an actual massive army against just like... I guess the closest thing we saw was the heroes against the Vault and the Parsivicus.
But
But
like,
the heroes got
to be
ganged
fair,
on.
players had the terrain disadvantage because like none of us were really fit to fight in the Nether.
And the heroes got ganged on by both parties.
This could be my last song.
You remember this song?
Swan song.
This is from episode 2 of City.
Oh,
I love how we all agreed on that for season 2, or not season 2, but episode 2, the starting montage was much better than that dragged out stream that I should not have put the whole like clip in.
My final swan song.
I put like a 10-minute clip that got more, it was more hyped like in the first half of it.
I know so well.
Then again, what can you do? Like, can't recreate it. But that was Josh's criticism.
oh wait, did I have a name tag stored somewhere? I had an anvil there. Just need a name tag. Oh right, that's why I wanted the string so that I could craft a fishing rod and fish up a name tag. That's right.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
I don't know, maybe it's...
Oh, because you're trying to find a way to actually make the name tags work.
yeah.
I don't know what I'm to say. No alarms, no surprises. Alone. Hallelujah.
This is gonna be good. Evan?
Yeah.
Never mind. You'll see. You won't understand until... You'll see. I'll tell you later.
Well, I've heard there was a secret chord
Oh, this song.
David played and it pleased the Lord.
This guy's so good at covers because he makes it like his style.
Do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift, the baffled king composing Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Well, your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to her kitchen chair, and she broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew.
What
What are
the
these guys
frick?
doing out here?
Oh!
Damn, they travel a long way.
Oh! These are the ones I forgot to canonically remove. Remember, they're the survivors?
Oh, right.
I love how this. It's not a love how, but what's really painful is Lucas decided to like give up and give you the absorption powers the same week that, and he didn't know that this would happen. The same week that the powers were literally handed to the Persephicus.
He decided to give it to me a long time ago.
Oh.
We were in call one time, and then I was like having all these plans to be finally stronger than Dan, and then Lucas was like, "Oh, I actually was gonna do this because he thought that I gave up, so then he was gonna do it himself."
Well, there was a time when you let me know what's really going on below, but now you never.
So he thought he gave up. I gave up being the strongest player in the city, and Lucas saw Dan as a threat because I kept saying that Dan was now the strongest player in the city, so Lucas was gonna have a leg
Wait, he
up.
did that for you?
That's what he said, yeah.
From the start?
Guess so. Yeah, but since I kind of gave up at that point trying to be the strongest because I just saw that there's no hope for me. I had no future in trying to be the strongest in the city and trying to be a combatant at all. So I started giving up, started playing the city more casually as a background character. And
Lucas doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm fine. I'm completely fine with maybe the possibility of duplicating it. I don't know. Maybe figuring out how to do it myself, so then I could give Lucas the gun. Actually, that is a good question. If I'm able to replicate the energy, if Old Man Jack recognize the energy, maybe I could replicate it.
I thought you told me he wanted it for himself, but then he switched it and just let you have it.
Well, yeah, he wanted it for himself because he thought that I wasn't going to do anything. He thought that I was nearing the end of my arc where I'd just given up.
Like how it has been for the last 2 years. The protagonist plays for 1 year exactly.
Yeah.
September to May, halfway through May. My favorite part, though, is Josh decided to be the main antagonist twice. If Lucas wasn't enough, he tried going after you.
Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when
Oh my god, this song, bro. Jesus, fuck the nostalgia.
Technically, he almost succeeded, but he fricked himself over. I feel like Dan was mind fricking you, and that was Dan was a part of Josh. He was working for Josh, actually. so that counts. But then he failed because he fired Dan and nerfed the vault by firing Dan and Michael. Like, he literally fricked up everything in his perspective. Like for him.
Maybe at some point you become so strong you don't need allies, but he was definitely nowhere near that.
At the time, we thought it was cool. I think Lucas is the only one who really thought that that was a good decision. I was half and half on it.
I thought that was a horrible decision. Actually, no, I think I agreed with Lucas. Maybe, I don't know. Because, like, I saw Dan as, like, wait for him.
And then now we see the Vault could have potentially beaten the Pacificus if it weren't for Josh literally throwing away everything.
Yeah. Well, the villain only needs to win once to win.
Yeah, Josh won't, like, yeah, he's okay with making endless vaults.
Yeah. The protagonist needs to win over and over again to defend his own. The villain only needs to win once and it's all over.
I asked Josh, what, 20th, 50th, 100th vault, when are you going to stop? And he didn't really give me an answer because he never thought of that being a question, when he'll stop. He just never stops. That's the scary part. How do you beat someone who's unwilling to accept defeat?
The Pacificus became less an organization and more of the people involved. So
Yeah.
I think the Pacificus would truly become, like, defeated then, like I'll try to bring it back, but, like, I'd have no control.
I
It's
think
not
it makes
the
it stronger
Pacificus.
than ever if it's for simply the people, because you're not relying on a single base like Josh does for them to be defeated.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, what you just said is very ironic to right now, because right now you got Cornet and NG missing at the same time.
Yeah. Were we able to track NG at any point?
They removed the trackers.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, Morlat said this is a smarter opponent than, wait.
We probably
What
need
is
to make
this?
them what?
No frickin' way. I know what this is.
What is what?
This is where Josh, Dan, and Michael set up for the V2. And then that's when Michael quit City. After Andersegen. The same strain.
Oh,
Their plane went down and they stayed over there. It was so... Oh my gosh. It took how many years to get back there? For someone to find it? It took 2 protagonists later just to find it. Arcs.
I think Dan has finally realized that I was always more powerful all along. Because, like, he's getting really defensive over strength now.
Oh, like Elytra.
No, not only that, but, like, earlier you saw him, right? Like, earlier I'd say, like, I'm the worst. Like,
Have you ever done DMT?
Sorry. That's Joe Rogan making animal noises.
Oh.
What were you saying?
but, like, I would say that I'm not the best combatant in City because Dan is, and then Dan would say, no, like, that's not true, you're the best still. And then, yeah, he would be, like, sort of like that. And then now, I would say, oh yeah, I am the best. And I even beat Lucas, who has better skill than Dan, with, like, Dan's loot. And I even beat the version of unnerfed Dan, too. With, like,
Well, that's
full
still not
enchant-
fighting Dan, though.
Huh?
It's just giving you a higher probability in your head of what you think will happen, but it's still not fighting him. Gotta fight him to know it.
I think when I fight a more skilled version of Dan, I'd be able to beat regular Dan, especially with like the unnerfed version too.
How many dams are there?
But
Just
yeah,
a
no,
Dan
I
5
managed
times.
to beat unnerfed Dan with the 24 attack damage weapon with Lucas skill. So that's saying something. And after realizing that, oh, hurt. Such a good.
Hurt myself today
And then after realizing that
to see if
I was always the better combatant all along, and what Dan was saying just to make my hopes go up or something was actually the truth. He started getting really defensive. And then like earlier I would say like Dan's a pretty good combatant. And then Dan would be like, and then Dan would go on like a sort of panic rant and then say like, bro, I'm literally the worst ever. Like I was going 69%, you weren't even trying, and you weren't even hit once. And then like I could tell that he was like sort of conflicted about that. Something that happened like months ago.
Honestly, I think it could. I think it's. I don't know. I feel like it's
Because
still
like
50-50.
analyzing it, that was not 69%, bro. You still think it's 50-50?
Yeah, because you guys haven't actually fought, so I don't know. I'm taking the Josh route, which is just you wouldn't know. You wouldn't be able to know because it hasn't happened.
Yeah, we wouldn't know, but like my probability is like 90% that I'd win. Because I think fighting a stronger version of Dan and a more skilled version of Dan, I'd win against regular Dan.
Well, he's got more tricks up his sleeve. I highly doubt, because what Lucas was doing was acting as a practice dummy. So we really, what I'm trying to say is like what Josh would say in the same scenario. You really wouldn't know until it happened. So it's not really a thing you could overanalyze when, you know, you would never know.
So you know something that I don't then.
No, I don't know anything. Literally, I don't know anything. I'm very, like, tired. What? That's the best thing I've ever said. No, I don't know anything. I'm just taking the Josh route. Because you can't, like, you're both very strong, so I don't know. You would never know. It's like the Lucas and Bobby versus you thing. You did 2v1 them, but then Lucas came back with a nuke. Like, it's so unpredictable. You don't, like, what's gonna happen, you know? We're talking about a canon fight. Sure.
At this point, anyone can win against me then.
Sure, you're talking about like just a straightforward 1v1 where what happens is what you expect is going to happen from both of you. You'd probably win, but if you're talking about like a canon fight where like anything could like maybe one of you falls off a hill and dies, like you don't know exactly, it would still count. Maybe someone pushes the other one off, like it, you would.
Well, then that's not being stronger than the other. That's just having that dirt shit luck and eating it.
It still count as a win in a fight, though.
Well, a win, but but the winner is not necessarily stronger in that regard. Then.
Ooh, this is a good song. It's a good song.
Okay, I don't know what to think anymore, because like I I thought I was delusional for thinking Dan was better than me. And then now I'm starting to think I'm delusional for thinking that I thought that okay. Now I'm starting to think I'm delusional for thinking that I could beat Dan.
Why are you so obsessed with beating Dan? Like, the whole idea, you said... You
Because I work to be the best. I work to be the best.
That's not a good... A better... I mean, it's a good goal, but a better goal would be being the best version of yourself. It has nothing to do with other people. Beating other people is more like a reward from being the best you. Did you know that when Lucas made the stake in Union, it had nothing, literally nothing to do with beating
Everyone, it's healthy
anyone.
to compare. It's healthy to look up to something and compare yourself to that because it's just motivation, and you could inspire yourself and be like inspired off of some of their stuff, so you could help yourself grow at the same time. It's what everyone does. They look up to someone that's like better than them at what they already do, and they take inspiration of a lot of stuff that they do, so then they could they do the same thing as them, so they could like grow the same way as them, right? It's why artists, like music artists that never look up to someone in fear of copying them, fail.
But Evan,
like,
you're not looking up to Dan, you're competing with him. That's the difference.
Well, I just look up to people who are better than me, so yeah, I don't know what to think anymore, because like
That's why I think it's unhealthy, because you're not looking up to Dan. You're in that combat sense enemies for the best, most powerful player, or not best,
well,
but
I
just
gotta
most powerful.
I gotta think of some contingency. What if Dan betrays me and I don't have nothing?
No, I'm saying why would you look... I don't even think you're looking up to him, because to look up to someone, that's saying like you idolize them.
It's like Batman and Superman, like they're teammates, but they still have plans against each other if they ever like double cross each other.
Yeah, but you're saying you're looking up to Dan when you're really just rivals. If you were looking up to Dan, you'd be praising him every 2 seconds, saying how you want to be like him.
And that's how I was. But now, like, I thought that I was finally at the level where I could, like, just work on myself, just, like, because now that I know that I could beat Dan, because I saw it with my own eyes and I did it. Like, and now you're saying I can't, so...
No, I just simply told you what Josh would say. There wouldn't be...
You can't say nothing until you do the real thing, okay?
Well, it's like saying the T-Rex versus the... I don't know, a tank. Like, you... It's so wild. It's so wild. And then, like... Even if you know for sure one can beat the other, you still won't know, because you need to see it for sure with your own eyes. Like that's my approach on this, because why would
I think Dan has all odds stacked against him.
It's like picking a side.
I don't know. It's just a prediction, though. Like, who most likely would win, and I believe that I most likely would win.
Okay. I think most people would agree. It's... Yeah. I mean, it would still count, like if you're saying it's dumb luck, just falling off a cliff or getting pushed off a cliff by the person you're fighting, at the end of the day, it doesn't become dumb luck, it becomes a win or a loss. Because Josh
I'm talking about just pure combat strength, not who wins or who loses, just combat strength.
Oh, well,
A person
isn't
who
that
falls
combat
off a
strike?
cliff and
Strength?
no, if you fall off a cliff, that's not. I mean, if you fall off a cliff without being oblivious of your, with like being completely oblivious of your surroundings, maybe that's just on your part. But if you fall off a cliff because like I don't know, like if you see the cliff. If you see the cliff and do a calculation to avoid the cliff but still fall in anyways, then like that's on you. That's just bad on you. But if you don't see the cliff and you fall in, that's just shit luck.
I'm just saying, like, when you 2v1 Bobby and Lucas, you were far more skilled, but at the end of the day, technically the nuke was a strategic attack, right?
That's banned.
Well, now it's banned, but it wasn't before.
So anything can beat me at this point.
What? I didn't say that. I said that
Well,
anything
no, if it's like
could happen. That's why I'm not saying anything. Because you wouldn't know. Like, it's saying, like, is the sun real? Yes, we have everything that tells us that the sun is real. But we don't know 100% for sure. Is this real? Are we in a dream? We don't know 100%. That's all I'm saying. It's the Josh approach. We wouldn't know 100%. Which is basically no answer at all.
well, you see the sun with your own eyes.
It hurts. Yes. I can't believe something that far away can hurt you like that much. Oh my gosh, this guy does a cover of Green Day. This is gonna be interesting.
No, but like Dan, I'm just saying like not who wins, but like Dan knows that I'm stronger than him. Not in like a winning sense. Because it is definite that I'm like stronger than him. But maybe not in an environmental or like trickery sense, because like anyone can trick me, and I could like know that they're plotting a trick, but like I don't do anything about it because like
Well,
me,
that's
right?
not what I meant. I meant like maybe like you lost against Bob the Gassed in a fight.
Yeah, I'm still stronger than Bob the Gas. Well, no, I won against Bob the Gas. It's just the aftermath. I just
Oh
died.
wait, no, that was a draw. No, yeah. No wait, yeah, that doesn't count. Okay, well say Bob the Gas did fireball you into the lava, and he survived. It's like dumb things, dumb unpredictable things still. Oh, okay. Are you meaning like pure raw skill?
The strength in general.
Well, I
Like,
mean, I
individual strength.
guess you could like think about it like that, but canonically in City, it might not go like as planned. I think what I mean is like it might not be important to think about it that way, and just to try and improve as much as possible without worrying about the gritty numbers on who's exactly more skilled. When like just improving's more beneficial.
Here comes the rain again, falling from the stars.
Okay, this is okay. All the songs sound the same though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because you can't, like, with a guitar, there's only so much you can do with these songs.
As my memory rests, but never forgets what I know.
I guess it's the style makes it sound like this.
Set
But like, I'm just saying, in like every field, Dan. Okay, no. I only, I only exceed Dan in skill, actually. Loot, talking to NPCs, army, all that stuff, strength, that all goes to Dan. So maybe I.
He's not as fast as I thought. I thought he was faster than you. But it was probably just he had like an insane lead on Lucas already. That's why he outran Lucas.
Well, no, canonically I have infinite speed though, because I have time stop. But like, I don't know why it doesn't work with players.
The add-on would be 10 times better if it worked on players. Wait, that's Josh's loot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Also, you're allies with him now, and he has... Wait, that's why he hasn't played, probably. He always does this. He just tries to make... This is Josh's way of dealing with problems sometimes. He just waits until the other opponent just, like, dies. So... Or, like, makes themselves die and lose.
The reason why I compare myself to Dan so much and why I strive to be better than Dan is because, like, if Dan were to ever turn on me, which is a very high possibility, then I would be able to defend myself and the people that I fight for.
What about Lucas, though? Isn't he a bigger threat?
He is, and I've thought of ways to beat him too.
With all of Dan's power, Lucas has, or had, nukes.
Not anymore.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Can't. There's, yeah. So I have, yeah. Notice how I've done nothing, or seemingly done nothing, to stop Lucas from overtaking the entire world, because at the end of the day, I still own the Imperium. He's pretty much doing it for me. It's not him that will reign supreme at the end of the day, it's me.
Wait, what do you mean Imperium?
Bobby gave ownership to me.
When?
Like, the last time he was in VC.
He quit?
No, he didn't quit. He's just like, he's gonna give ownership to me until he returns. And then he'll think of a proper, he'll think if he wants to continue or not. But he will return. That's what he said, he will. But as for, of now, and as officially, until that happens, I'm the owner of the Imperium.
Although, Evan, the Imperium isn't... The Imperium isn't, like, that powerful right now.
I know. But Lucas is taking over all this stuff. And I don't like global domination under one person, especially if that person is willing to kill off the entire world just to get what he wants. And what he wants right now is to kill off the entire world.
How do you know that?
I don't. But from his past, but yes, I'm not judging him from his past. Just in case. I have a leash on everyone right now, except for Dan.
What's your leash on Lucas?
Lucas has this grand plan to own everything in City by the time the cure is up.
Okay, the Imperium.
Yeah, but I own the Imperium. If he wants to take it from me, well then I'll just I don't know what I'll do then. Because it'll hurt, but can't, especially if it's for malicious intent, I can't just let the entire world go into those hands. But if it's something more peaceful, then I'll
Wait.
just let it be then.
Evan,
Yeah.
if Lucas and Bobby couldn't beat you in, like, player combat, but the mayor did twice, does that mean that the mayor is stronger than Bobby and Lucas in player combat, in PvP?
Yeah, that's why Lucas had to resort to nukes.
Wait, so the mayor was freaking strong then, if he could take on Bobby and Lucas, theoretically speaking, in skill.
Well, then those deaths also were items used that were eventually fixed or banned.
Oh, like the mace.
Yeah,
Okay, well, not the Echo Staff though.
the Echo Staff was fixed. Instead of using it every like 2 seconds, like it's every like few times.
Well, to be fair though, the mayor only used the Echo Staff twice during that fight when you died, and the first time was on like was the first like completely missed thing. No, actually, no. It was only one time. I think it was only used that one time when you died. in the
No,
water.
it used twice. Or no, the first time missed, yeah. And the second time one hit me. But then again, that was a time when I had a health buff. The entire Mayor arc, I didn't have a health buff.
You should have used enchanted golden apples too.
Yeah, but yeah. This is the Harvest that you see now is the strongest version of the Harvest that you'll ever so far.
Who is
And
the only character in City that was able to beat you consistently?
Arc.
Because I can't think of it. Yeah, like one guy, one thing, and it lost eventually. In like a week later. What else?
Well, then the arc was also lost to Lucas and Dan.
Wait. Michael. Those are your only two weaknesses, Michael and the Ark. Half
Yes,
the
sir.
times Michael played, he ended up killing you. I'm pretty sure.
First time was he killed my weakest form. Second time he pulled a trick.
Oh, Ostagan.
Yeah.
What about this? Bounty hunting you versus Michael. Or no, how strong is bounty hunting you in general? Because you probably still...
Bounty
I
hunting
know.
me was definitely weaker than Lucas. Definitely weaker than Dan, too.
Like, no, in comparison to you now.
Oh. Oh, man. Bounty hunting me didn't even have enchanted stuff.
Well, you had the Trident.
The only thing enchanted was the trident, yeah.
What about bounty hunting you and Ostagan you?
Osteg and me would, like, probably end up, like, throwing. Actually, no, I was pretty good, though. Throughout the entirety of, like, City, though, I was, like, the most honorable person in City, because, like, Michael ended up 2v1ing me, you too. Lucas always uses tricks. Dan, you said, can use tricks. Dan
No,
runs away
I said like
before the
dumb
fight
luck.
even starts. Oh, dumb luck.
Like this
Right, because
Spencer
Dan has
tagging
never
thing.
died before. Dan has, like, never died before. Meaning, if like he stays consistent, he'd win against anyone. Actually, no, he'd end up running away from me. That's how he'd survive from me.
That's how the fight would go realistically.
Yeah. Because that's happened twice before. Dan would talk big shit. I'd go like, okay, I meet you somewhere then. And then I'd get his coordinates leaked, and then he'd run away.
Oh yeah, when he was running away from you and Lucas.
No, even if it was just me alone, he'd just run away from me. It happened like twice. Dan would just be in the game, and then Morlat would be like, oh yeah, I found his location, and then like Dan would leave the game.
Yeah. I feel like he was lying a few times about that. He must have combat logged more than it seemed.
Yeah, it's happened like 4 times. There's no way that's like... At least one of them was a combat log.
I've never seen Lucas combat log, and he's like, he uses the most dishonorable techniques ever.
Yeah.
Dan's like on another level. He will cheat just to win. Like, cheat.
Yeah.
Which is like worse than being dishonorable. Because being dishonorable is like within the confines of the game, but like...
Yeah.
Like in Fortnite, you got aimbot. You can get aimbot, and then that's basically what he does. He will. Well, he doesn't do that, but he would be willing to use something like that just to win.
Oh well.
Like right now, he's like. He said he doesn't care if it's a game ban or a game law. He'll
still do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And if he can't, he'll not play. Like, that is so low. It is
Honestly,
so low.
like, Dan was the one to initiate the rule that, like, you can't use Elytra in combat. But I feel like if we got in a fight, he'd still do it.
Yeah. If he felt like he was losing.
Yeah. He'd try to prol away, but if I caught back up to him, he'd just use Elytra, maybe.
That's like 10 times more dishonorable than anyone ever.
Mm. We've all had our
Cheating.
dishonorable moments. I've even combat logged before. Remember Byzantine?
This is like a common thing with Dan though. It's like
I haven't seen much of Dan combat, but like, yeah.
I feel like Michael
this
respects things. Like
Michael
more.
has not respected anything at all in City.
Like the idea of not cheating.
Michael respects the idea of not cheating.
Even though he does like indirectly cheating.
Yeah.
Or cheat. Or accidentally. But he doesn't realize it.
Do you think I do that stuff too?
No. Does Josh cheat?
Josh has been dishonorable before.
Well, that's not cheating though. Cheating is like another level.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's cheated, but like yeah.
Actually, Michael hasn't cheated either.
Josh has just been flat out dishonest every single time though.
I was rewatching that stream, probably the best like Josh related stream, unintentionally. The tunnel one where he made 8 tunnels. I was rewatching it. You were believing every word he said, and I was listening, and I was absolutely losing it because he was lying about everything. He never said a single bit of truth. It was so bad. It was so opposite of everything that was happening. He would be like yelling, pretending like he's in a fight against some mobs in Unity, and he gave specific like details about where in Unity and how it was going, and he was like yelling and stuff, and then I'd TP him and he's like in a tundra biome. And you were talking about it. It was so funny.
Dan is like everyone's dishonesty, cheating, uh, dishonor, just all mixed up and then just put into one person.
I think it's nobody goes that low. The amount that he
Yeah.
combat logged and the amount like he lied. Well, lying is dishonorable. It's not cheating. Like the Elytra thing too.
Yeah, I remember you said like Dan always told the truth, but it was like a variation of the truth. But like that's just flat out wrong because like he lied to the Ender guys. None of that was true. In the slightest.
In his perspective, it was actually no. It's still wrong. Well, that's just a generalization. Okay, I have to go now, but I will tell you. Oh, wait, cliffhanger.
He also lied about like him saying like, "Oh, I swear on my life that I'm not gonna use Elytra," and then he just uses Elytra.
Oh,
And then he says, "Oh nope, I actually said I swear." What did he say?
Wait, you can hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
What did
surprising.
Dan say? He said like, "I swear on my life I never use Elytra." He said like, "I swear on my life I never use Elytra." He uses Elytra, and then what was his excuse? I don't remember it.
Sage. Sage.
Yeah.
Look at me. I hate you. With everything in my power, I will make sure that you, Control Face, will die. And so, I'm coming for Side X.
For you, Troll Faces and ours times aren't exactly close to being up. I look at you. As a dead man in an orange suit. Your time is very close. I've never been wrong about these things. That's partially the reason why they call me the god of death. I'm always able to protect other people's deaths. Yours is very soon.
Let us see how Clay feels about death.
Evan. Evan?
Yeah.
That whole time with the montages,
Mhm.
I don't know if you could see it, but that whole time, it was just constant how do I word this? constant chat Easter egging. No, constant appear. I don't know. I was like TPing. How do you say this? During the whole montage thing, basically the orange man was stalking you. Like the arc was like in like the corner screen maybe.
I know, I
hopefully.
could tell.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Like earlier?
yeah. I saw him.
Okay. Well, I want to see your stream with your POV. Oh no! Wait, you did? Like at the start though, like way back when you were first on your horse.
Oh no, not way back. I started realizing something was up when I was seeing like stuff open and close, and then like eventually when I got to the village, like I finally found him. But,
No,
like, I
no,
could
no,
definitely
no.
see-
The whole time before the village, all that before.
Yeah, I know. Like
Oh.
I didn't know, and then I started like getting suspicious, and nothing was happening. So then I'm like, okay, yeah, someone's stalking me, and then like I finally found out who when I got to the village.
Oh, wait, but then you didn't know though.
I didn't know who, yeah.
So yeah,
I didn't know at the start,
this is
and maybe like about like half until like half of it, I started realizing, yeah, nothing's happening. Yeah, someone's stalking me.
okay. I'm gonna look at that. All right. See ya.
Yes, yeah.
Bye. Good. Bye.